And it echoes what Paul said, what I read to you a couple minutes ago in Colossians 1:19, that the fullness of God dwells in Jesus, who is the head of the church, his body. Therefore, the church, his body, has the fullness of God dwelling within. Yes, the church, full of its faults and full of its blemishes, is the very fullness of God. Don't look around the room right now because we all have our blemishes, okay? But we represent together, and other congregations all around the world, we represent the very body of Christ, and if you will, the fullness of who God is. And so if Jesus is representing the Father's nature, then the church, since she is the body of Christ, is also representing the Father's nature and is filled with God's glory. Perhaps we should start believing this and acting like it. But Pastor, we're not there yet. It's an accomplished reality. Once we begin to live out of what is truth, we'll begin to radiate his glory in a much more prominent fashion. But Pastor, I thought in the end times the church was just going to get just weaker and weaker and be overcome and become lukewarm and battered and broken and Jesus will come and rescue us out of here. No, that's not a kingdom theology. That's not what Jesus represents. He said, no, look what Paul wrote. It's right there, church. Instead of looking to escape, look to Jesus to radiate. It's time that the church looks to radiate the very love and essence of who God is. Don't look at the darkness in the world. Sure, darkness abounds, but darkness has always abounded. But when the church begins to shine the very light of Christ, all of a sudden, those who have no hope have hope. Those who are struggling in marriage, all of a sudden, find reconciliation and healing. Those that need healing in their body, all of a sudden, find a miracle. Those that just need to hear the good news and how wonderful Jesus is, all of a sudden, because they see a church is really believing that they are the very essence and radiance of the splendor of Christ.